so formal?
I'm not formal. It's a t-shirt.
I'm like, your nice pants.
I was just feeling navies. What's wrong with my navies?
It's just
You have
very
a problem?
formal. I'm in like my casual
People don't know that.
romper.
They look like a nice little.
I look like a homeless person.
No, you don't. You look like you're wearing a nice little overall
Nope.
situation. Also, I'm glad that you decided to try to roast me for my pants because I had zero cold opens at all for this. Even though we've got a action-packed episode coming up. Lots and lots to talk about. However, thank you for fulfilling the cold open requirement.
I need you to stop calling it that.
Why do you need to? Why?
It doesn't need anything. Just be like, hey, so happy all 10 of you are here.
Okay.
Enjoy.
There's more than 10 now. I think we might have 14.
Wow.
I know. Breaking records over here. All
Speechless.
I gotta say is that it is episode 33 of the No One Asked Us podcast. This is my beautiful, fantastic, marvelous wife, Allison.
Wow.
AKA Summer Alley. AKA
What'd you do?
The love of my life.
What is this for?
I don't know.
Are you about to break some bad news?
I don't know. Just keeping things spicy. My name's Will.
Nope. Good.
Let's do it. You know that I'm going to have to cut in a clip of us doing that rap.
Oh.
We're doing a sound check
Okay.
at some point.
I have no shame.
We'll drop that in. But it's been, I was about to say it's been a bit since we've been on the mics, but it's just been, we just missed one time.
Did we?
Yeah, but I just get so used to getting on the mics and chatting with you. It feels
mics.
weird.
It feels weird that we just talk normally in our day-to-day
totally.
life.
No.
We have to bust down all of this nonsense. We can't just live
our
our lives.
It is, in fact, a whole lot of nonsense. You're not wrong
It
about
is.
that.
You disrupted my Dallas Cowboy cheerleader Netflix binge for this.
We don't need to add that. Oh, which reminds me.
Okay.
We have a big segment coming up where we're going to talk about our trip. However, before we get there, I want to drop something into the what we're watching.
Okay.
And it is not the Dallas Cowboys cheerleader show.
That is
what
I'm
Allie is watching. But no, Taskmaster.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to make sure that
We're
if anybody who
crew.
is a fan of ours is not on,
all 12 of you.
If any of you are not watching Taskmaster, it is comedy that will change your life. It is so good.
It's hilarious.
Like multiple belly laughs.
Like, I don't
every
know
episode.
all of you that are watching this. I don't even know who it is at this point. If you truly know Will, when Will laughs at something, like, I know which one is a genuine laugh that he thought was like, that's kind of funny. But then when
you
Will
don't need to go here with this.
thinks something is like really funny, he kind of gets this like very high pitched belly laugh.
It is rather high pitched.
Equivalent to the Pillsbury Doughboy kind of laugh.
Shut up.
But
it is true.
This, like, when we watch Taskmaster, we almost can't watch it at night after we put the kids to bed because we're laughing too hard.
It is rather hard not to just bust out laughing. It's good. It's a British comedy show. It's all on YouTube. Just look up Taskmaster and it will show up.
Yep.
Hilarious. If you want to just like, you can literally watch any season at all that you want. And none of the seasons really kind of explain, like, even, I'm pretty sure even season 1 doesn't really tell you what's going on.
Who knows? We just watch it.
Just like pick up on the most recent season. It's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
It's good stuff. All right. On to what we're going to spend most of the show talking about, which is highlights from the King family vacation.
Oh, yeah. King/Ingram.
The Kingram, if you will. Family vacation to North Georgia, Blue Ridge, the mountains. To, as the kids called it, the mountain house.
The mountain house.
Which, when they tell everybody, it's like we own some mountain house. Nope, just a rental that
Airbnb sitch.
Allie's parents got for us. The rental, which was incredible.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 rental. It had a pool.
12 out of 10.
12. Whoa, girl.
I thought it was wonderful.
We're breaking scales here.
Yeah.
I also thought it was wonderful. They had a double king size bunk bed.
Yeah.
Like king size on the bottom, king size on the top. That's some serious construction. And it was made with like some beautiful wood. I'm not going to get into it.
Yeah.
It was a great.
Like, we'll be here all night.
Great bunk bed. But no, it had a pool.
I'm
And it was
laughing because you're making
fantastic.
it seem like we slept on the bunk beds, but we didn't.
I don't know, did we?
No.
No, we slept in the master bedroom that had a king bed. We ended up getting the master bedroom because we still have a 1-year-old who sleeps in a tent.
Yeah,
And so we need the space
we
to put the
needed the
tent,
space.
which, for any of you with small children,
Slumber
what is
pod.
the slumber pod? We're
Slumber
going to put
pod.
you onto the slumber pod. Pack and play plus a slumber pod.
It's a little pricey, but it's so worth it.
But it is worth every single penny if you travel at all
Mm-hmm.
with your kids that are like under like two, like anyone that fits still in a pack and play.
Yep.
Fantastic. You put this little tent over them. It's got ventilation. You can put their little sound machine inside, and
And
it
a
is
camera. There's a
pitch.
pocket for like
Yeah,
the.
there's a pocket for a camera as well. And it is pitch black in that thing. Even if you have it in the same room and their sounds are going on inside, you can't super like it kind of muffles the sound so it's not killer for you.
And then you
And
can
if
have all the lights on, and
you
it's
can
still
have all the lights on and they can't be
it's
bothered.
blacked out for
It's
them.
incredible. We
Okay.
love it.
Anywho, it's our
Anywho,
love for the slumber pod. So you're welcome.
we spent like every day in the pool, and I've got a few highlights. And if you want to bring up any highlights, feel free.
I just feel like we should just like work our way through. The first.
The thing is, I don't
day-
remember order. Like I don't know what order things happened in,
Well,
but I will let you.
You're welcome. I can help
handle.
you with that.
Yeah, that's
So-
what wives are for, I guess.
Pause.
Milady.
First day there, our girl turned 6.
Oh,
It was Palmer's
very
birthday,
important.
so we
It
celebrated her birthday
was.
with a
It was.
delicious chocolate cake. And just
It was an
we
incredible
did.
chocolate cake.
It was.
There was a bakery there that was apparently on like Food Network something.
Yeah, one like
one.
Cupcake Wars or something. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Their cake was
It
incredible.
was so good.
But it was huge, and there were not that many of us, so we did not eat anywhere near all of it. But it was delicious. Yes, that's a good point.
But Palmer turned 6 the first day of the trip, so she's
So proud of that
grown.
girl. Highlight of her birthday, her favorite gift of all of her presents is a label maker. Our
Label
6-year-old going on 67 was super pumped about her
maker.
label
I don't know.
maker.
I'd be pumped about a label maker too.
Well, you've always been an old lady, so
I have.
that tracks.
I have. But so that was day 1.
That was
And
day
we just
one.
did like a lot of pool time, playing games.
Oh yeah, lots of pool, lots of card, like little card games. There's this one called Herding Cats, which you just match 4 of a kind of cats, and it's very like kid friendly. It was super fun. This is out of order, but
Okay.
I'm just gonna like hit some highlights because otherwise I'll wax poetic all night. And
Do you mean that's not what you've been doing right now?
anyway, Allison? I am gonna break in with a quote from the week.
Okay.
Quote of the trip, even. I, as you can tell, always wear glasses. However, we were in the pool all the time, and so I was like, I'm gonna put my
We
contacts
need
in.
sport mode,
We
Will.
need sport mode.
None of this glasses business.
I thought, why don't I put my contacts in and I could swim in the pool? And I even put like goggles on, and me and Palmer just got under the water. It was so fun. It was incredible. And when I was going to change for getting in the pool, of course, you never get any privacy as a parent. And all the kids just run in there as I'm getting ready. And all 3 of them are just sitting there watching me as I like put in my contacts. And this is literally the first time I have ever worn contacts around them. I think I wore them once at the basketball game before Laracon, but they have never seen me put them in. And I'm like putting them in. I'm trying to describe to small children.
I was about to say,
what
we're all
contacts
watching
are.
you do this. And Palmer's like, what is that? And I'm like, okay.
I was like, they're contact
Interesting.
lenses. And they're like, what are lenses? I'm like, there's just these little, they're like little glasses that you can put
on
in
your
eyes
eyeball.
and they stick
Okay.
into. Anyway, so we're like given this description. Well, that all happens. And then I think it was like 2 days later, or maybe the next day, our 2-year-old.
Our 3-year-old.
Oh, rats. He is 3, isn't he?
He is.
Our 3-year-old. Our 3-year-old, old Debbie, he comes up to me. No. Was it me or is it Gacky?
I think
it's
it was
me.
Gacky.
I think it was Gacky. And he just goes, did you know that Daddy put stickers in his ass?
His eye stickers.
His
He
eye
has on his eye stickers.
Daddy put on his eye stickers. And I'm like, my eyes, I'm like trying to figure out what he's talking about. And he's like, when we went swimming, you put the stickers on your eyes? And I'm like, oh, my contacts.
Yeah.
And that was like by far the funniest thing that I've
That
heard him
was-
say, which is just like contacts are stickers in your eye. Like,
Yeah.
makes so much sense. Like,
Yeah.
it's just a sticker. Anyway,
That was good.
um, there was this one. Um, this is a strong opinion.
Oh, gracious.
This is a strong opinion.
I feel like we're not going to ever get past this. Like, you're just,
What do you mean?
like,
Get past what?
describing the trip.
I'm not really describing this trip at this point. I'm just like pulling out some highlights.
Okay.
Here's a highlight. I was sitting on the back porch
Okay.
drinking a Topo Chico lime with mint.
With lime.
With lime with mint.
Lime with mint?
Lime with mint?
I don't
I'm
know.
not really sure.
They're
but it's a
good.
fantastic drink. Very carbonated. And the first one that I had on the trip, I opened it and it was still a little warm. So I poured it out of the can into a glass of ice.
Mm.
And it was not that great.
Yeah,
I did
okay.
not enjoy it. But then I had it straight from the can and it was very good. And so I think I've decided that if you drink a canned drink,
Mm-hmm.
it has to stay in the can.
Where have you been? Like, this is not anything new.
I think I just don't drink a lot of canned drinks, I guess.
I know, but I'm
ever.
like,
But it's like it loses all of its carbonated power.
I know,
the
cans
second
keep it,
you change it to a
cans keep it
new
crispy.
cup. You do like describing your soft drinks as crispy.
Anything carbonated needs to be crispy.
Crispy. A
Yes.
crispy drink.
A crispy
Mm,
Topo Chico in a can.
it is. You're also a big Sprite fan.
I love a crispy Sprite.
What is your rankings on Sprite again? Listen, guys. Y'all don't know how much Allie loves Sprite.
I don't.
Allie
Here's
has
the thing, though. I don't drink it all the time.
She doesn't, but she has
because
a
if I
power
did,
ranking.
I do.
Allie has a power ranking for
I
like
do.
which Sprites are better,
Mhm.
aka which delivery method is the best.
Yeah.
Give us the rundown. Give us the.
Can we just get through the trip? I mean, like,
No, this isn't.
Okay.
We're going down this rabbit hole for a second. Number one, is it
a good like get your own ice out of a fountain, like drink dispenser,
like
classic
soda
soda dispenser.
mixed fresh right when you're getting it?
That's
number one. Number two,
Number two would probably be
from a can, right? I feel like a can.
a
has to be
can, but it has to stay in the can.
obviously,
Number three would be a bottle.
bottle Sprite. Mm-hmm.
Number four would probably be like a flat Sprite, because number five is those touch screen soda machines
I'll take a flat Sprite.
are
before-
straight garbage.
They are absolutely
They're
awful.
trash.
There's nothing good that comes out
I
of
do not
a
want
touchscreen
touch
Coke machine
screen
where you can
drink
pick
dispenser.
55,000
No.
drink options and
That is
mix-ins.
ridiculous. They're
absolute
terrible.
garbage. I agree.
So
All right.
there you go. You didn't ask for that. No one, literally, no one asked us.
No one
But
asked
you
us,
got my
but
Sprite.
you've got this one.
Review.
And we're going to take a little diversion before we go back into
Oh,
something else
dear
that is
heavens.
it's still part of the trip. Before we pull in something else that is
Okay.
that came up as on the trip, I noticed on our trip there was something that we've bragged about I think a couple times on the show. And that is we're pretty proud of ourselves that we had trained Wilson on waking up when he sees a six.
And you called him our best sleeper, and I believe
I didn't
if
call
you
him our best sleeper. Our best sleeper
hang
is
on,
and always will be Davis.
okay, but if you recall, I said something to the effect of you were talking about Wilson sleeping. I was like, "Don't say it. Knock on wood."
There's no wood around here.
Because this was like when we were back up in the better setup in your office. Okay,
This is the better setup. It's the harder setup, but
Okay.
it looks better.
anywho, I told you not to say it. I did, and
Okay. Are you saying this is my fault?
I'm saying it might be a point.
Oh no, this is not point worthy on
I
this
don't know.
one. No,
All 12
because
of you
if
decide.
anything, we both deserve a point on this one.
No,
We trained our son to wake up the minute he sees a six
on his clock.
on his
yes.
clock. And guess what time zone we are in? Central time. Guess what time zone North Georgia Mountains is in? Eastern. So
I'm
it
tired
is
just thinking about this.
it is an hour forward. However, guess what? All right, so our clock is like also this sound machine thing. And so it's an hour forward,
He would
which
wake up.
means instead of continuing to sleep till 6, which would be 7
No,
their time,
never works for kids like that. Anyway, it just doesn't
the
work.
second he sees the 6, which is 5 o'clock our time, he is up. He is wide awake. And nobody
ready
else.
for the day.
Nobody else in that entire mountain house is. So for the entire duration of that trip, Old Debbie is waking up at 5 a.m. our time every single day.
Yeah.
6 on the clock, on the dot. Our sweet little boy,
Yep.
so well trained.
Yep.
Oh, duly noted. If we want more sleep, we just need to go
Bump
back.
it to
We need,
7.
well, no, we need to
No.
just go back another time zone to where it's like 6 is actually 7.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, that's how we get more sleep.
Okay.
All right.
Noted.
So that was it. Which brings me back to a topic that came up while we were
Wouldn't this
sitting.
be so much more fun for everybody if I also had the list so I could keep you on track?
I have offered, and you said you are not interested, that this is my job. So if you want to come up with some topics, by all means, Allison,
Saying
come
for
up
me
with
to
some
come up with
topics.
topics.
That'd be
So
fantastic.
I can I feel like you need like a shot collar. Like zzz.
Allison,
Okay.
we already have a point system. We don't need shot collars.
Okay.
Speaking anyway, I'm not going to get sidetracked just yet. But a very important question came up while we were sitting on the back porch, which was, what constitutes a grilled cheese? Because let me tell you, nothing makes
Oh.
Allie rage more than seeing a Instagram reel of somebody
Oh.
who's like, I just made the best grilled cheese. And it falls under this category of things that she does not consider a grilled cheese.
Do you not feel the same way?
Let's discuss. What about those videos ticks you off?
A grilled cheese sandwich is just cheese. You maybe can have one other thing, like bacon, or if a tomato does
Ugh.
it for you. I'm not
Who's
saying I
putting
want
tomato?
it. Some
If
people
you're putting
are.
tomato on a grilled cheese, you can just go away.
I don't. Yeah, nobody asked you, but a grilled cheese sandwich is just cheese. It's a grilled cheese.
I
When
agree.
you start throwing in chicken and all
Or
this
like
other stuff,
sliced turkey, or
yes, no,
no.
that's just a sandwich.
Yes, exactly.
That's
It's a
just
hot
like
sandwich.
Hot sandwich.
It's a hot sandwich
It
with
could be a
melty cheese.
panini,
Yeah.
or it could be.
Mhm.
I don't care.
A
It
grilled
is
cheese.
not
Yeah,
grilled
agreed.
cheese.
A grilled cheese
Don't do
can
that.
only be a bread and cheese. Now,
Yeah.
if you want to do Munster, if you want to do
You wanna church
American,
it up and
if
do
you want to
some
do like
pepper jack.
Gouda
I don't
or
care.
something, like do whatever cheese you want.
I may
If you want
let
to
you
do two types of cheese,
If you
by
want to,
all means.
you can jazz it up. I'll let you do like a preserve spread if you're doing like a fancy cheese. Sure. But when you
Maybe
start
okay,
throwing
maybe like a condiment
in,
or something.
yeah,
Maybe you get away with a condiment if you're feeling weird.
if you're feeling fancy, but you should not be allowed to throw in like meats.
The second
or
the
other
second you put a
things.
protein on there,
It's not
it
a
is
grilled
no
cheese.
longer
It's just
a
a
grilled cheese.
sandwich.
It's a sandwich.
You're just
I
having a
agree.
hot
I agree.
sandwich.
If you disagree, I would love to hear your opinions on grilled cheeses. But
Ugh.
a grilled cheese,
Grilled cheese is bread and
the
cheese
reason why
and
I
butter.
wanted to talk about this, because we are not getting into this right now, but there is an epic debate that comes up. I'm pretty sure every holiday with your family, where your
Don't even
family
say it.
argues for like an hour
It's
on
not an
what
argument. It's just
it is not
more
like an angry
of-
argument. It is like a scholarly debate, like a humorous debate almost, where everyone knows it's a little ridiculous, but they still get really into it.
I need all 12 of these people to
Which is
get their opinion
what
on
is a
this.
salad?
What is a salad?
We're not doing it this episode because that would literally you could go down this rabbit hole the rest of the episode.
I could. I'm just going to ask. What is a salad?
What is a salad?
What is a salad?
What
Just leave it there.
is a salad? Her family debates that every single holiday.
Not every single.
Every single holiday.
Okay.
Anyway.
Let's get down to business though about the trip so we can move on.
Yes,
Will
there are three
had-
more. Three more things.
Okay.
Go ahead with yours.
I was just going to say, Will capped off his vacation in the worst way possible.
Oh, I didn't just cap off my vacation. We had like somebody. I was posting these on Twitter or whatever, X, and somebody goes, "Bad things come in threes," and there were three terrible things that
There
happened as a part
were.
of this process. I'm going to share one of them. Then we're going to skip to another topic. Then we'll come back to two, and then we'll come back to three. So, the first terrible thing that happened to me, I was swimming in a pool.
That was the worst thing that happened to you? Swimming in a pool.
Starting with one. This is the number one thing. Not the number one as in like the number one
my
worst thing,
word.
but just like
It's the first thing that happened.
chronological order.
Okay.
The first thing that happened is Will is swimming happily in a pool with his children. And I decide to get out of the pool. And I lift myself out of the pool with, just my hands on the side of the pool. I push up when all of a sudden I feel a extremely painful sting on my finger. And I am like, what the heck just happened? And I like kind of scream a little
You
bit. I
did.
don't scream
You
like,
went like, ow.
but I was like, ah, like, ooh. And my daughter, who is literally like 2 feet away from me, just suddenly looks at me like, what is going on right now? Like, I've never seen daddy hurt.
Yeah.
Like, pretty sure she's never seen that. And I look over, and there is a scorpion, a freaking scorpion, sitting by my hand in the pool.
Like
Just it. Well, and here's the thing. I look over, and I see a scorpion. And I think of every terrible thing you read about and hear about scorpions, having watched Crocodile Hunter, having watched like who knows what growing up, that it's a scorpion, therefore it must be poisonous of some variety. I don't know any better. I live in Alabama. There are no freaking scorpions in Alabama.
I'm pretty sure there are, but you know.
So I'm like, I see this, and what else do you hear about scorpions? The smaller they are.
Why do you know so much about scorpions?
One, I'm a boy.
Okay.
So like, wow.
All right. Anyhow.
Anyway, you ask the question. Don't ask a question,
Okay.
then tell me not to answer it. That's just rude. Anyway, the smaller the scorpion, the more poisonous they are supposed to be.
So Will thinks he's gonna die.
Here's what I'm thinking in my head. Oh crap! I just got stung by a tiny scorpion. Something bad's gonna happen to me. I've got to go to ER in like another state, and it's already like afternoon at this point. So I'm like, this is gonna be miserable. Like in the middle of vacation, I'm gonna have to go to a hospital. And then I realize, I look over while I'm having a minor freak out in my head, and our 5-year-old, 6-year-old now at this point, is looking at me like, it's a scorpion. I am absolutely terrified right now. I think my daddy's gonna die. And I realize, oh no, I gotta get it together. So I internally am like, oh no, am I gonna die? I've got to go get anti-venom at like some hospital somewhere. On the outside, I'm like, oh, honey, nothing's wrong at all.
It didn't hurt that bad.
It didn't hurt that bad. Look at this cute little guy. I'm just going to sweep him off to the woods, blah, 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 blah. And like trying to play it so cool. And my internal monologue is literally freaking out.
Yeah.
And so it turns out scorpions come in non-poisonous varieties, obviously, I guess.
You're still here with us.
And you know, by the next day, like my finger's fine and nothing's wrong, but it was very hilarious for a couple minutes.
Will gets bit by a scorpion.
So, number 1, Will gets stung by a scorpion.
I just said that.
Yep. I'm just repeating for everybody.
For emphasis.
Yep, just for emphasis. Okay. Something else that came up on the trip before we get to number 2 thing that happened.
I can't believe people are listening to us ramble about this at the moment. I'm sorry. I'm just very like, whoa. Okay.
We were driving back to the house at one point. And I'm afraid we scarred our child for life.
We did. I think we did. Oh, this is bad.
This is so funny.
Okay. There it is. The Pillsbury dead boy. Will thinks this is actually funny, guys. That's his real laugh.
It was so sad.
It really was.
It was so funny and
I've
sad.
got this one. You take a break.
Take it away,
Everybody's tired
lady.
of hearing you talk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me too.
We are driving back to the house, and are you done?
I'm done. I'll pull it together.
Get it together, Grouch. Okay. We are driving back to the house, and beautiful scenic mountain routes, and we're in Will's truck, which means Will's driving. I'm in the front seat, and all 3 are in their car seats in the same row. Palmer is in her car seat in the middle seat, and then she's got the boys on either side of her. Wilson is right behind Will. Davis is right behind me. So
I'm driving. So
I've already said that.
Did you?
Yes.
Sorry, my bad, babe. Love you. Keep going.
That's enough out of you. Okay. So we were driving back to the house in these windy roads, and I look out my window as something is about to cross the road.
And what could that
and
be?
we all go, a bear!
But we don't really say it happy.
Well, I do, because it was kind of like a baby bear.
Well, it was more
small.
out of surprise.
We were
like,
shocked. We were like,
a bear!
A bear!
Yeah.
And so Will's screaming about a bear. I'm screaming about the bear.
Palmer's like, a bear!
Palmer's like,
wow,
a
yay,
bear!
Yeah.
Our poor 3-year-old
who's the furthest away and cannot
can't
see said
see
bear.
it, just hears all of us screaming about a bear, and he loses
He
it.
loses
He
it.
starts to scream and
Sob.
kick and sob, and he
Oh,
is
the poor little
terrified.
buddy. He thought
We,
he just was freaked
I think
out.
he thought the bear was like at the car.
Right. I'm pretty sure he thought it was like, because all he knows is that bears are big and scary.
Yeah.
And he was just like, everyone's
And we were
screaming
like,
at a bear and
bear,
I can't
look,
see
there's
it.
a bear.
And
And
he is
he is,
freaking out. It was so, so
bless his little
like,
heart.
as a parent, you can
It's
relate
kind of
to this
funny now.
moment, which is like, oh, it was so sad, but also so
It
hilarious.
was really funny.
That poor boy.
It's
And
really
he
funny.
got over it pretty quickly, but it was really funny what was happening.
Yeah.
All right, number 2 thing that happened. I'm walking through the house about to play a wonderful card game of herding cats with Palmer. I'm walking over to the kitchen area, and something about this mountain, I think it's like all mountain cabins where it's just like, we're going to have really sturdy, solid, like clearly handmade type furniture.
Yeah.
And that's what this kitchen table was. It had like a big old chunky table leg. And what does Will do? He kicks that sucker.
Because he's not aware of his surroundings.
And I'm not wearing any shoes. And I kick that sucker so hard, I hear my toe crack.
Yeah.
And I cut it, and my toe's bleeding, and I like break my toe.
Yep.
So like stung by a scorpion, and I break my toe.
Yeah.
2 for 2. Someone on X is like, they come in threes.
Little
I can't wait to share what number 3
did
is with
we
you.
know.
Little did we know at the time.
But all in all, wonderful vacation.
Fantastic vacation. All right. One last thing from the vacation for me.
Gracious.
Well, we got 2 until we get to the
Okay.
final number 3.
Okay.
All right. Last thing. I changed the boys' clothes a lot on this vacation. Swimsuits, normal clothes. Swimsuits, normal clothes. We swam all the time. So we were like switching, flipping back and forth between different clothes. And our 3-year-old and 1-year-old have very, very different approaches to putting on pants.
Oh, yeah.
And it's very interesting. This is like not like a funny thing or anything, but it's just like an interesting like thing that you can observe about your children where it's like, oh, their personalities are very different just by observing them putting pants on.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm putting pants on our 1-year-old, and I'm holding them out, and he is very intently and intentionally looking at the pants, seeing where the leg hole is, slowly putting his leg in.
One more time.
As if slowly putting his leg in, as if he's playing a game of, what's that doctor game where you're trying not to touch?
Operation.
Like it's a game of Operation, and he doesn't want his like legs to touch the side. Once again, his legs
Thank
to
you.
touch the side of the pants as he puts it in. So careful, so intentional. It's crazy. Then there's Wilson, who like never looks at the pants.
And it's
Like,
just like,
you're holding the pants up for him to put his legs in, and he's just like, oh, what's that over
there's
there?
your problem. He should be doing it
what's-
himself.
Even when he does it himself, let's be real. What's that over there? And it's a swimsuit, so it's got like the little underwear in it. It's a little difficult still. What's that over there? I don't know. And meanwhile, he's like trying to put his leg in, but he's not paying a lick of attention. And so like his leg will go in the wrong hole, or his
He's
leg will
also
just
been up since 5 a.m. at this point.
also true, or his leg will go like right in the middle in none of the holes because he just doesn't pay any attention to what he's doing.
Did you feel like it was a mirror?
You know, I knew you were gonna say that as soon as I started talking about
Yeah.
this. I was like, she's gonna make some comment about how he's my son. But I just thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
Just how you can observe like how different children are
For sure.
just by putting pants on.
Yep.
No opinions on that.
No. I don't.
All right.
We need to get past number 3 because I'm ready to put this whole ordeal behind us. I'm ready to be done with it.
Okay.
I'm ready to close the book on
The
this.
pièce de résistance, if you will, of terribleness. That was the cap of our trip. We decided to leave a day early. We had through Friday, and we could have left like Friday first thing when everybody woke up, which was 5 a.m. our time for Wilson. But anyway, we decided to leave the day before, right around nap times, so that we can all have
Just
the
like,
night in our own home, wake up and have just like a normal day.
yeah.
Why not? Let's get home. Everything's clean. Everything's nice. And we get home, house is clean. Smells so good.
Wonderful.
And then Allie says, Will, none of our outlets are working. And I'm like, what?
None of them. Because I was going to make a cup of coffee.
Guns to have a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Anyway, Allie's making a cup of coffee.
Right,
Obviously, I'm not thinking too much about it. I'm just like, no problem. I got this. I'll fix this. I go check the breakers. For some reason, every single outlet breaker, but none of the other ones are switched to off. So I flip them all on, and all of our outlets work fine. There's no big like electrical issue. But guess what runs on outlets? Our refrigerators.
the refrigerators.
Both of them are inside refrigerator, which stayed closed the entire time. So,
Yeah. But you're
whatever.
missing the biggest point in all of this.
Which is
they had been unplugged since Tuesday.
Tuesday. That's true. So it's like 3 days. So like and the reason we know this is because we have cameras at our house.
Yeah.
And I remember on Tuesday, Allie being like, "Will, our cameras stopped working today?"
Yeah.
So I guess that's when the outlets stopped working. So you're right. For 3 whole days,
3 days.
our refrigerators have been off, which means every single thing in both refrigerators
And the freezer.
absolutely unusable,
Gone.
gone, dunzo, which was a lot of stuff.
Yep.
Because I'm like jumping back on my diet, which means protein heavy. So there is a bunch of meat in there of the frozen and non-frozen variety. There is a bunch of frozen chicken nuggets, corn dogs, French fries, all the things you need to keep kids happy and healthy. Gone, done.
Everything. I
Everything.
mean, truly everything
Milk.
had to go.
Leftovers.
Eggs.
Like
Which, and we had already
literally
cleaned the fridge out
everything.
before we left. You know, it wasn't like it was
a little bit, but not really.
Well, you were
And
gone. We had cleaned out the fridge.
here's the
because you
worst
were
part.
gone Up until
Okay, that's fair. I just wouldn't know. Here's the worst part. The outside fridge. The inside fridge, even though it was unplugged, the house stays at a pretty moderate temperature.
Yeah.
NBD. It was not that bad of a cleanup, other than the fact that we lost everything in there, which is annoying anyway. But we have a refrigerator in our carport. And guess what temperature it is in Alabama during
90 plus.
Yeah, like 90 plus. And when I go out there to check on it,
Immediately.
the freezer door is like cracked open
Oh.
because it like stuff expanded until the door opened. So this freezer for 3 days has been sitting in 90 plus weather.
Thank you so much for handling that out there.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
It took 2 people to tango.
I did. I was scrubbing the inside fridge.
You were scrubbing. You
Took
did
it
like
apart.
a deep. You
I
did
did
a
like a
deep
deep
clean on
clean.
everything. And must I just point this out that Summer Alley strikes again? We're gonna bloop. This is now our refrigerator. So Allie was like, "I'm glad everything got wasted
know.
because I
to
got
go
a
to Home
fresh start."
Goods and
And Summer
get some
Alley organized
containers.
a new area of the house,
The
our refrigerator. And I gotta say, after a couple days, it's nice.
You're
I
a
really
fan.
like it.
You're a fan of
You
it.
put I eat carrots and guacamole, these little personal size guacamole packets, and they're
They're
all
all in
just
his
in
own
their
little
own little
container.
It's so fun. I love it. It's so organized. I love Summer Alley. She's great. Also love Allie all the time.
Thank you for that. Thank
You're welcome. I just want to make sure that's clear to all the audience. I love my wife at all times, but let's be real, Summer Alley's pretty great.
Whatever. All in all, wonderful trip.
All in all, very wonderful trip.
Yeah.
It was good. It was a long time.
Mhm.
That was like
I think it was for you because you flew out to San Francisco Sunday.
mhm,
You got home later on
Thursday.
and then we literally left Friday.
That's true.
So
and then we were gone till like the next Thursday.
So you
You're
were
right. That's probably
gone
why
for
it felt super long. But still,
a
it's like a
while.
week with kids not at home,
yeah,
and that's a lot.
It was
usually.
great. We had
But
my
they were
parents.
fantastic. It was really great.
Yeah, my parents were there. My brother and his wife, and
Mhm.
you know the kids got to
Spent a lot of time.
We did a
with
train
family.
ride. We did.
and I think it helped that the place we were
playground
staying
and-
was just so
It was a nice
interactive. Like
place.
there was so much to do.
Mm-hmm.
We went on a lovely hike. Anyway,
We did.
wrapping up the trip, it was fantastic. We
Wonderful.
had a great time.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. And now we're going to wrap
Speaking
up.
of
What?
how much you love your wife.
Speaking of how much you love your wife, Allie had this incredible idea. There is apparently this like game or trend.
I guess
You
would
tell
call it.
people about it. I don't know.
I don't know. I just saw this thing where it was you ask your significant other,
Allie would come up with this and be like, Will, we should do this. It'd be
Yeah.
so fun.
is it the bare minimum you should do for your significant other, or is it what they would define as princess treatment?
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, hey, Will, we're going to do this.
So,
without further ado,
this is what happened.
bare minimum or princess treatment.
All right, explain to me what we're doing here again.
You have to answer these, I guess, scenarios, whether they are the bare minimum you can do for a girl, aka your wife,
Sorry, trying to make this family appropriate.
or if that qualifies princess treatment.
Okay.
So it's
like
either
if it's something any husband should do.
if it's the bare minimum, like yes, you should be doing that. That's bare minimum.
Okay.
Or if it seems over the top, that would be like princess treatment. All right.
Okay.
So bare minimum or princess treatment. If you get it wrong, I'll squirt you with the hose.
Wait, if I get it wrong, I get sprayed.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you answer incorrectly, you
Incorrectly.
get hosed.
That
right.
mommy,
So the first one.
mommy,
Yes, bud.
I'm just spray, daddy.
In just a minute, you can.
All right.
Okay. You sure can.
Buy her favorite snack just because. I feel like that's bare minimum. Ooh, made me nervous there. All right, nailed that.
That yes, that's
Yeah,
bare minimum.
that
I
is
feel
bare
like
minimum. Like-
that's the least you can do.
Yeah, it's just a snack. Like
Yeah.
it's not a big deal. Okay.
All right.
Bringing her soup when she's sick. Bare minimum.
Well, oh yeah. Sorry.
False start.
False start. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You took a little long to think about that,
I
though.
did.
I feel
I
like
did
if
think
I'm
about it.
sick and in need.
Well, I was thinking about it because I'm like, how do I know you want soup? What if you're sick in the summer? Soup is not great.
Well, just don't take too long to think about it. If I'm sick and there's a need. Okay.
All right. Filling up her water at night. All right. Now, is this before bed or is this like in
At
the
night,
middle of the
before-
night?
Oh my word, Will. Just answer the question.
Okay. Bare minimum. I gotta fill your water up before bedtime.
That's
just a
right.
given. Like
Good job.
understood rules of marriage.
Mommy,
Buying flowers just because. Bare minimum. That's a layup. Here's the deal. That's
Yeah.
just it's understood.
But you don't do it.
Okay, so I fail on some bare minimum
Okay.
treatment. It happens. Holding my phone and lip gloss. I think that's princess treatment.
No.
Carry a purse. That's what you have purses for.
No.
I'm not your purse. Open car door. That's princess treatment right
Are you kidding me? That's being chivalrous.
there. Okay, when we're dating, yes, but like the only car door I'm opening is like the 3 children's car door.
I can't believe you said that.
Bringing me coffee in the morning without asking. Bare minimum. I mean, have
Yes.
you seen the tattoo? Number 9, writing love letters. 1,000,000% princess treatment.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
what am I, Shakespeare? Like,
Yeah.
get out of
That's
here with
just
that.
princess
Yeah,
treatment.
no, I'm not writing love
I don't need letters.
Yeah. All right. Number 10, closing cabinet doors. Princess treatment. Cabinet doors are for losers!
Close them, man.
Okay, that was fun.
Oh, man.
Your turn.
My turn.
I gotta say, I think I did a pretty good job.
I
I think
mean-
there were a lot of.
You did all right. There
I
were
think-
some that like
I think I nailed it. I think you
Nailed
were wrong.
it.
I think you were wrong with some of the ways that you sprayed me.
no. You took too long to think about one.
That's fair. I respect it. I should have just
And
answered
I'm
quick.
sorry. I will forever and always demand that the bare minimum be that you close the cabinet doors that you open. Are you kidding me?
That one, I had to answer that one. There was only one way to answer that one.
No.
But here's what I will say. Opening a door for your wife. The car door.
That's chivalry, man. You're
It-
raising sons.
Here's the deal.
What example are you setting?
It is chivalry. You are not wrong.
I know
And when
I'm
they
not
are
wrong.
older and I don't have to open all of the doors for them and buckle all of them in the car
Okay, you don't have to buckle all of them.
2 out of 3 is pretty much all of them at this point. And, you know, just carry all this junk to the car. I will be happy to. But
You literally never did it before, kids.
Incorrect. I used to open your door some of the time.
William. Don't lie to these people.
Anyway, I'm not the only one that got sprayed. We also saw another video. I guess we were just super into spraying water at each other. That involved...
Also, time out. Really cathartic to just spray
I imagine how fun it would be to spray your spouse.
with a water hose out of like, ha.
Haha.
That's good.
Well, duly noted. In the future, we'll have to come up with one where I get to spray you.
No.
Yeah, definitely.
No.
Or something.
No.
These things have to go both ways. It can't always just be me.
No.
We're definitely going to do more stuff like this. It's just too fun.
Okay.
Speaking of that, we had one where Palmer got to do it. And it was like pretty much the same rules, but it was like you would ask her a question, she would answer it by spraying the person that she thought it was for. For example, like, who do you think's better at cooking food? And then she would spray the person that she thinks is better at cooking food. I will share that on social media. You can go find it.
It was fun.
It was fun. And she clearly understood the assignment, which was not to spray one parent, but she just made sure she sprayed both of us every single time and just absolutely destroyed us. Anyway.
That girl.
That was a good time.
It was.
Thank you for bringing that up. I like that we can still have fun.
It was a
doing
good time.
that. Like, I like that. I want to think that we might have done that anyway. Like, that feels like something we would still do just to have some fun.
Yeah.
But I kind of like I think there's like a part of doing this podcast, even though we have only 12 of you that watch, that like puts us in this mindset of like, what would be something fun?
Mm-hmm.
And I like that.
Well, and I think it's nice because it forces us, like, yes, we would have done that, I think, regardless.
I like to think so.
But I don't know if we would have filmed it.
Right.
You know?
And had
And,
the
like,
memory of it.
yeah.
We would have just done it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's a good point. So it's like we're forcing ourselves into like capturing a bunch of stuff that we get to have for later. And I love that.
Totally.
I don't have anything else tonight. I need some sleep. I need some ice cream.
Tonight, what if people are listening during the day?
I think it's understood that we film this after our kids go to sleep, so we got to just keep the shtick alive.
But no one asked
That
us.
it's like, no one did ask us.
No one asked us. No one asked you.
I don't
I'm
know.
asking you to stop this. So
I don't know. You 100% asked me out there all the questions. So anyway, you can go. Bye.